Good morning, dear students. Today in EVS 1, we will be learning chapter number 10, Getting to Know India. In lesson number 9, you have already studied about different methods of showing the elevation or height of the land, and you have already studied about conventional signs and conventional symbols. Dear students, our country is rich with many rivers, mountains and plateaus. Some of them have been shown on the map. You must be familiar with some of the names. They are often mentioned in patriotic songs. Dear students, our country comprises various rivers, mountains, plateaus, plains, islands, etc. The Indian subcontinent is surrounded by water on three sides and tapers towards the south. This part is called the Indian Peninsula. Peninsula means three sides of a land is surrounded by water. And now in this map you can see our India to the southern side, it is covered by three sides covered by water. There is an Arabian Sea to the western part of India. Then Bay of Bengal to its eastern part of India and Indian Ocean to its southern part. So it is known as Indian Peninsula. Our country's northern border is defined by the lofty Himalaya ranges, and it also has forests, plains and deserts. And that is why the weather conditions change from region to region. The expanse of our country is large. The height above sea level varies because of unevenness of the landforms, and that is why it goes up even beyond 8,000 meters. This gives rise to a wide variety of plants, animals and birds. Similarly, there is also a difference in the crops cultivated. Wheat is a primary crop in the north, like Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, etc. Wheat requires less rainfall, and that is why the weather condition of north is suitable for it. And rice is a primary crop in the south and along the sea coast. Here the rainfall is plenty and the humid climate is suitable for rice, and that is why rice is the primary crop of south. For example, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh from south side and even Konkan region of Maharashtra produces rice on large scale. Jawar is produced on a large scale in central India. This diversity has a significant effect on our lifestyle, customs, traditions and culture. People of many different castes, tribes and religions live in our country. Many different languages are spoken. We also see differences in food, clothing and festivals and celebrations in different regions. India is a democratic republic. Democratic means self-government. We Indians have right to elect our representative to run the government. The capital of India is New Delhi. Considering the area, Rajasthan is the largest state in India. It is followed by Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra is in the third place. And area wise, Goa is the smallest state of India. Dear students, on page number 44, map of India is given with major rivers. Observe it very carefully, and it is on rivers. So you are going to find out all important rivers in that map. Now on page number 45, there is one more map of India. It is physical map of India. So observe it very carefully and find out answers of questions given below. On page number 47, there is a map of India. It is called political map of India. Observe it carefully and count all states of India, and also which are the colors, different colors are given to each state of India. Apart from the Indian mainland, several groups of islands are also included in the Indian territory, like the Andaman and Nicobar Islands in the Bay of Bengal and the Lakshadweep Island in the Arabian Sea, and also the coastal islands near the Indian mainland. So, there is a diversity of plants, animals and birds in our country. We can easily see this in forested regions. We must preserve this diversity. Dear students, observe all maps in this lesson very carefully, because your workbook question answers, all answers are hidden in these maps. So, observe it very carefully and try to find answers. Till then, bye.